Hello and welcome back to Module 3, Lesson 4. In this lesson, we will explore the peculiarities of strategic planning and its implementation, focusing particularly on social entrepreneurship. At any stage, feel free to pause the video to take notes, rewind to hear information again, or stop the video to complete a learning activity. Let's begin. In this module, we will cover 3 topics, each of which have been designed to guide you along the first steps of setting up your social enterprise. The first topic we will look at is Blue Ocean Strategy, to support you to strive for innovation and uniqueness. Then we'll look at organizational and administrative effectiveness and efficiency, to explore how the structure of your organization should be aligned with the strategy and how to maintain an uninterrupted strategy planning and development process. Lastly, we will look at the engagement, proving that internal team members are, of course, as essential, if not more important at times, than the company's clients. Let's start with the interesting method of Blue Ocean Strategy. The story of Blue Ocean Strategy and its method is both interesting and valuable. It comes as an opposition to the Red Ocean Strategy, a competitive marketplace where companies compete to strive for the clients and market share. The Blue Ocean Strategy aims to create an environment where, at least for a moment, you have no competitors. It means instead of competing in the existing market, you create an uncontested marketplace through the innovative service you offer, making the competition irrelevant. You both create and capture new demand instead of exploiting and fighting for clients in the existing demand with other players in the market. You break the value-cost trade-off, meaning that you fight for clients with the quality and price, particularly for social enterprise. The value also turns into social value, which might create a new demand for this service. You align the whole system of your company's activities in pursuit of differentiation, and of course you strive for low cost, which in the case of social enterprise is a separate story, as you might even receive support from the public. In conclusion, social enterprise fits perfectly in applying the approach of the Blue Ocean Strategy because the business and economic model of social enterprise is new. There is no specific marketplace for it yet, allowing you to attract your clients and partners and operate in the market by defining your Blue Ocean Strategy as opposed to the Red Ocean Strategy with high competition. Now let's look at the effectiveness and efficiency of strategies and their planning within the organizational and administrative dimensions of the social enterprise. In most cases, the strategy would follow the structure of a company because strategies are implemented within the existing company. However, it is equally valuable, particularly for new companies, to develop the structure that follows the strategy. The whole company setting follows the idea. This can be an even better approach. As you can see, it's a closed system that, as we've learned already, embodies continuous development and improvement. So the structure would follow your strategy. In identifying all the elements and formulating them, as we've learned before, you should see that the processes within the structure of your company are still connected to the structure. You have a strategy, you have the structure. You have processes within the structure and activities within the process. This is where you look to ensure efficiency and effectiveness. How efficiently activities are implemented and how well can you measure it? What you can measure, you can manage. What you cannot measure is very hard to manage. So the efficiency should be examined within the activities that are within the processes that are within the structure, which itself is an instrument to fulfill your strategy. Now, another important aspect for efficiency in activities is not only measuring its efficiency, but also considering risks management and risk analysis. Before a risk arrives, you can identify the signals indicating potential risks, which are the signals that a risk might arrive in the near and distant future. Paying attention to these signals is crucial. To avoid those risks and work with the signals of the risk, you cannot embed quality assurance into the system. It can be very simple. What do you do in case of? Or what are you doing to avoid something? The last 3 points would actually make the grounds for further changes that you can examine in the context of the strategy and its elements: the mission, vision, aims, objectives, tasks, KPIs, principles, and values. If necessary, you can update the strategy and move forward with an uninterrupted improvement process. Now let us take a look at the aspect of people engagement, which is a crucial element of any strategy. Strategy focuses primarily on a top-down approach. It serves as the management instrument to lead a successful company. But the implementation of your strategy, the cultivation of strategy culture in the company, and the planning process you implement follow a bottom-up approach. People must be engaged in strategic planning, and the strategy serves to unite the team. If the people are not engaged in the planning process, they won't be engaged in the implementation process. They would not see themselves in the strategy and would not cultivate the strategy culture. Engaging people in the business is crucial. While we often hear phrases like clients come first, the clients are always right, or we strive for clients, there is an alternative approach coming from Richard Branson, a well-known entrepreneur who has changed elements of entrepreneurship. He says that clients do not come first, employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of your clients. Your employees and your team members must be engaged in planning the strategy. For learning empowerment of this lesson, I invite you to consider your market scope, your contacts, geography, density, shares, peculiarities, and more. What are you doing? Come back to the strategy elements that you've already established and observe where they fit in. Remember the social function that you are part of, which gives you a great space for the blue ocean strategies. Think of the places and moments in your strategy, activities and KPIs where the competition can become irrelevant. Maybe you can create or have already created an absolutely unique service where you don't even have the competitors. And think of what the most uniting values and principles can be. These would be the strategic elements that unite the team. Finally, to conclude this lesson, let's revise what we've discussed. We looked at how social entrepreneurship fits perfectly with the Blue Ocean Strategy method. The strategy is and will remain a part of your company's process management and uninterrupted improvement cycle. It must narrow down the routine daily process efficiency management, looking for improvement through signals of risk and avoiding them. Lastly, the strategy unites employees, mostly through the values and principles encoded in your strategy, in collaboration with your team members. Looking forward to seeing you again in the next lesson.